What you cooking, Mom?
Cut. Fucking cut.
Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go purchase one. That's the problem.
This ain't for me. I was like,
the background is mom and dad was addicted to crack cocaine. Okay. Right?
All praises to the Most High. Hi, how are you? I am Doc Holliday. Welcome to the Doc Holliday Show. And as we know, and as I always say, this show is all about uplifting black men, black women, black teen, black child, black royal. And this is a very special episode for me because everybody been seeing me. They hear the story, but they don't really see the man behind the story. Talk about me being a black royal. My pops, Bobby Edward Holliday. Pops, how you doing, man?
Doing great, son.
Thank you, man. Hey, first of all, let me begin by saying thank you for being, that patriarch, that strong man, raising me and our seven siblings the way you have, and all of us are successful. But this is about you. So tell the people all about yourself. From Como, Mississippi, a sharecropper. Take us there in your upbringing, Pops.
All right, going back about 50 years or so. I was a sharecropper. My dad was a sharecropper. And me being the offspring of my dad mean I was a sharecropper. So I brought up doing slave-like labor in Mississippi for $2.25 a day. And I endured this till I was about 16. And at the age of 16, I asked my dad, because I respected my dad, Dad, can I leave? He said, boy, go on. That's all I wanted to hear. So in 1966, I left. Went to Memphis first, and then went to Chicago. Enrolled in high school up there and finished my last year of high school in Chicago. And I guess a little bit afraid because they had white kids in the class up there. It wasn't many, but it was enough to make me fearful. And I was fearful of the students too, because I'm country, and they living in the city.
Yeah.
So it was quite a rough road that I tread at the time.
Now, taking us back, Pops, to Como, Mississippi, you have how many brothers? How many brothers and sisters?
I had 6 brothers, 5 brothers, myself, and 4 sisters.
And now just going back to those conditions, Jim Crow, because I think a lot of people forget that we're just one generation removed from Jim Crow. And to see people like yourself succeed and make it through that's inspirational to me, even if you were not my father. But just to see, royal elders like yourself who lived during that time, that's why it perplexes me when people say, that was a long time ago. No, those people are still living, just one generation. Tell me how, I guess stressful and scary it was living up, because Como, Mississippi, pretty isolated and pretty segregated.
I wasn't even in a small town, probably about 1,000 people or more. I was like out in the country part of Como, Mississippi, where the cotton fields and the cornfields and the bean fields were. That's where I brought up, man. I'm from the dirt, not in a negative way.
Yes, sir. No.
But from the foundation.
Yeah.
I put it there.
Really, see, and that's the thing about it. See, people be talking about they getting it out the mud now. Pops and royal elders like himself, they really got it out of the mud, like literally got it out of the mud. And I would love for the people and the young people to know, those conditions, that situation, you being a kid walking to school or walking anywhere and always having to be fearful of what happened to you because of the racism that was prevalent.
All the time, man. That was a time during the Emmett Till murder. I was about 5 or 6 years old when they murdered Emmett Till, but I remember that. And I thank God I wasn't at the place Emmett Till was or where those marches was taking place, because I've been a martyr. You wouldn't be here. Malcolm and the rest of the kids wouldn't be here. Because I would have died. I wouldn't have stood for it. I've been a martyr.
Yeah, I mean that's, and people that know me, know my brothers, and know my family. You talking about we tough and where we get them hands from, because we got it from Pops. And when Pops said he would have been a martyr, that means they would have had to kill him.
Yeah,
because that's just how we roll. That's just how strong he is. That's how strong we are. But even in those conditions, your dad, Joe Holliday, granddad, Pops, but your mom died at a very young age.
Yeah, she died when I was like 3.5 years old. in 1953. So I don't have no conscious recollection of my mama living. I have a vague recollection of her after she passed, but I don't see no picture of her in my mind while she was living. But thank to God, the Almighty Yahweh, that another woman came into my life, Laverne Holliday. My daughter Malika has middle name Laverne because I admired my stepmama so much. She came into a family of 10, and she stepped in there. She had no kids of her own, and she weathered what we was going through at the time.
And Pops, just the conditions, man. To just people hear sharecropping and they just hear it. I know you used to take us down when I was in elementary school to Como, and we, show and tell. We go out there and pick some cotton because Granddaddy was still living out there. Right. We'd take it back to school and we can play with it, and it was fun and games for us. Oh, but for you, the life. Describe that life, Pop.
It's a reality for me, man. Because Dad started me in the field when I was about 5 or 6 years old, picking cotton, chopping cotton, planting gardens, planting watermelons or whatever. And by the age of 7, Dad had me on the tractor plowing the fields. And I would say I think I started on my own plowing the tractor about 7 years old until I left, at 16. But as a child, I was out there in the cotton field, and the only inspiration I had was the admiration of me and the thanks that my dad gave me. That was my inspiration to go ahead, because my dad approved of the work ethic that I had. So, yeah.
And how I guess how tedious it was living in them times, because I remember you telling stories of you just walking and you barefoot, you looking at the rocks, but worrying about hope some racist man doesn't snatch you up. And also when you tell me the sharecropping conditions that that the man would always have Granddad, and Granddad is a big, strong, powerful man, but always would have him behind where he never could catch up.
Never. We'd work all the entire year. We'd plant the crop in the spring. We'd plant it. I helped my dad to plant it, and it would grow around April, May, June. We had to cut the weeds out of the cotton, and as the cotton matured, October, November was picking time. We had to do that, and it was like slave-like conditions.
And now, Pops, from there, you leave there. You told us about you going to, come to Memphis, Chicago. Then you make the decision yourself, because back then they were drafting people, but you made the decision yourself to go to the armed forces and service. And for that, I appreciate you. I salute you for that. But you didn't go to the easy branch. You went to the toughest branch, Marine, and you are a proud Marine at that.
Oh man, no doubt. A lot of my self-motivation was stolen from me as I was growing up. So I had somewhat of an inferiority complex, first of all. And at the time, the Marines' motto way back then, I don't know whether people relate to this or not, but the Marine Corps' motto at that time was Marine Corps builds men. So that's what reverberated in my mind. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, if I'm going to military, I'm going to the toughest one there is, because I am a man, and I'm going to prove to myself that I'm a man by going to the toughest branch of service. And I was sent to Vietnam after I had done a tour in Africa, and by the grace of Yahweh, Allah, God,
whoever you want to talk, the Most High, whoever, yes sir,
call the Most High, brought me through that. I didn't physically, mentally it had an effect on me. I ain't gonna deny that.
Yeah,
it still do to this very day. But I went there the same year that Dr. King got killed, 1968, same month, April. I went to the Marine Corps, and that was the year Dr. King was killed.
Well, you go to the Marine Corps, you make it through Vietnam War, you come back home, and then you find that you had me, man. 1973, man. I appreciate it. Then shortly after that, you had my brother Malcolm, 75. Then Malika comes in 77. Then Shed in 80. And now we have 4 more brothers after that. We got, Maya.
2 more brothers.
No, I mean 4 more siblings. You're right. You see, Pop, them. Yeah, you know your kids.
Yeah.
You got Bobby. You got Justin, Bobby, Maya, and Miera. But with my mom and the first 4, y'all get married and y'all have her. But then 1985 strikes. Tough day.
Right.
She dies.
Yeah, she died.
So we have to deal with that. But I've asked that day that happened, June 11, 1985. Cause you still a superhero to me, strong man. Cause show your muscles, and I never really seen you break down and cry. But that same day, you was just go back to how you was feeling that day. It was,
well, I was hurt, deeply hurt, and I was afraid. I ain't afraid to say I was afraid.
Yeah.
How was I gonna raise my 4 siblings at the time because their mama had just died?
Yeah.
So the same God that protected me, or the Most High, that protected me through Vietnam, helped me raise my 4 siblings by your mom, and did the best I could. All of you all are healthy, and you're doing well in life. So by the grace of God, Allah, Yahweh, Most High, He let me get through the turbulent times I had after your mom passed away. And I tried not to share in the tears because I wanted to be a pillar for y'all. If I would have broke down at your mom's funeral, then that would have might have showed some people that I was a weakling, and I never have been a weakling. So that's why you ain't seeing the tears.
No, I seen you beat up 2 police officers at one time. I mean, statutes of limitations over, but I seen you put their work on.
Okay.
But no, Pops, yeah, and just that and having to deal with that because, it was 3 boys and it was a girl. So Malika, you had to try to find a way to deal with her. You know what I mean? But as far as getting her hair done, you know what I mean? And, girl stuff. So
it was tough, man. And I sort of panicked when my wife got killed and I remarried. And I wanted someone to step in and be a mother for y'all. But I stepped too fast. I think, I'm not going to wish that away because you got 2 brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically I had to raise Malika on my own. Basically.
But you did have some great help with your sisters, Aunt Jake, Aunt Dorothy,
no
Aunt
doubt.
Bertha, Aunt
Yeah,
Ernestine.
no
I mean,
doubt,
just
man.
amazing holiday women.
Out there.
Yeah. But so they were amazing with with helping out and helping us. But from my point of view, being the oldest, it was scary as well. And it's something that me and our siblings, I tell people, when you lose a parent, you never get over it. But it does, it does get better. But all of us, who our mom died, it has affected us differently. But what I have so much respect for you is that you didn't turn your back on us.
Never.
You didn't abandon us.
No. Suggestion was let you live with your grandma. But the one who made that suggestion, I suggested she go live with her.
So what'd you say, Pop? That what happened, Pop?
No,
so my kids go live with that. I tell you what, you go live with your grandmother. Oh man, but yeah, and I have so much love and respect for you for that, and but those after that married, and you got married again. Now you got y'all still married, and you got 2 lovely daughters.
2 daughters, 3 girls. You got 3 sisters now, and I wish all of y'all could physically come together. If you don't, then I'm going to pray that the Spirit will bring all 8 of y'all together. The 3 girls and, of course, my 5 boys.
Well, we're in different places, we're in different cities and stuff. So
physically.
Yeah, physically. I know, okay, just up on it. Yeah, I got it. But, we have
to start with the Spirit.
Yeah, start with the Spirit.
The Spirit perhaps will enter each and every one of y'all, and all of y'all can come together sometime physically. I'd love to see that. I got a picture. I don't have it with me. It's out there in the truck of my 5 boys and my 3 girls, and that was my wish. I said, I'm going to take this, maybe one day they'll physically get back together. But yeah, I did the best I could, man.
No, you did. You've done an outstanding job, people have been seeing me play football and be on TV and do all these things.
Done that, bro.
You couldn't have.
I could have.
Yeah, I know you could have. That's what I was going to say. You could have. Yeah.
Opportunity. But mine would have been in the pugilist. I would have been a boxer.
You was a boxer in the Marines.
Yeah,
See, we kind of skipped over that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a heck of a memory there, because that the kid that I was fighting against, it was a Caucasian child. He was in trouble from the open round because I had all this memories of being semi-slave to being in the ring, so he had to bear the brunt or something.
Let's say, Pop,
Yeah.
he didn't. You didn't stand a chance, boss man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So I know, because I understand once the bell, even before the bell rang, when you saw it was over.
It's all over. I'm thinking in my mind, I said, look, if I knock this dude down 3 times, they going to call a fight. I did that in the first 30 seconds or 45 seconds. Knocked the dude down 3 times. They didn't stop the fight. I said, dang, I'm going to do another round. Okay, did the second round, did the same thing, knocked him down 3 or 4 times again. They didn't stop it. Yeah, I'm feeling out of wind now because, hey, I don't have a great lung capacity, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got through the last round we fought. Of course, he went down a few other times, and they eventually stopped the fight. But my perception was it would be over quick, like Tyson used to do, you know. Knock him down 3 times, and I'll be out of here. I won't even be tired. That's the way that was.
But he just didn't realize you was about to take all your rage and frustration out of all that them Jim Crow laws and them slavery type conditions.
That Selma March where they were whipping up on our women and our mamas and our sisters, and thank the Almighty that I wasn't there, because you would be.
I got you.
I would have been killed. It was like this guy I saw on TV the other day. This brother during the Selma March, he stepped up to protect his mama from one of those crackers. I guess you can call them that at the time, the Southern people.
Yeah.
And they shot him point blank. You know, if I was there, I probably would have been shot point blank, or there would have been a double homicide, because whoever shot me, if I had my layer of defense, I would have used it, you know. So I would have been dead, and the guy that hit my mama, my sister, would have been dead. So it's simple as that.
And Pops, you made it through all those conditions and successful postal worker for years. You know, that the post office allowed you to take care of us and provided that opportunity, provided a great life for us.
Praise be to God, man. Allah, or whoever you want to call it, Almighty.
Yeah, I'm with you, Pops. And just, I mean, when you see what you've gone through and the steps in your life and where you are now, where you're able to retire and really enjoy your life and enjoy this freedom, to see how Memphis is.
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. And I tell people nowadays, knowing where I came from, and now I realize that the Holy Spirit, or whatever y'all want to call it, was with me back then, because the road that I was paving for myself, I didn't even know I was paving it for myself at the time. It's like the CBs, or not CBs, in the military, those people that build bridges and stuff, they can go across the water and all that. That's what I did. I laid down step by step the path in life that I was going to go down myself. That's how I did it, man. I didn't even know God had me at the time, but I realized now that he did, you know, in retrospect.
And how do you feel? I mean, just seeing, you know, how the state of Mississippi is, how we are, the state of the Black community, because we need to hear from royal elders like yourself, because like I said, this channel and this platform is all about uplift, and you've been the most uplifting person that I've known, and the strongest person that I've known, and the one that I always try to, impress and make happy.
And you did. All of y'all impressed me in certain, different ways. You in football, Malcolm in football, Justin in track and football, Bob in football. That's all 5 of y'all.
That's it.
Lil Man. Yeah. Don't let me forget Lil Man.
Yeah, you see, that's your guy there. You can't forget Lil Man. But I just wanted you out here, man, because people haven't seen you. They've been seeing me for years. They've been seeing Malcolm for years. They've been seeing Michelle for years, and you know, my sister, you know, and Bobby and Justin and all the rest of them. And your story is stronger than that. Go ahead, Pops. You got the floor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, I've never have been one that wanted publicity. Okay, the work that I did was for y'all was behind the scene, you know, because I never wanted the spotlight. I don't want it now. But whatever God tells me I gotta do now, that's what I'll do.
Pops, you know what I also like about you, love about you and your siblings, though, as many of as it was of y'all. Man, y'all remain a tight knit because a lot of them have passed away now. You know, you only got a couple of them left.
And it's 4 of us left out of 10.
But how did y'all keep that? Because I'm gonna tell people, I used to laugh because my dad is the youngest, so they come. His older brothers come when I was younger, early in the morning, knocking on the door. I just used to have to open it up, and once they say the word, they just walk right on past because I know where they were going.
Yeah,
they were going right to your cabinet where you had a little juicy juice in your cabinet, but had your little medicine in the cabinet. But I just love how solid you all were, and how, you know, not only the Holliday men but the Holliday women, how they really took care of y'all and really took care of you.
I'm telling you, especially your Aunt Jake, as y'all call her. Yeah, she was the matriarch of the family at that time. You know, I couldn't. Well, my mom, one of them, my biological, or my stepmom, was the matriarch of that unit. You know, as far as I'm concerned, and my sister was the matriarch of the entire military. Big Mama, as y'all call it.
Aunt Jake,
was the matriarch of the entire Holliday clan, you know, before she died. She still is, because she's still with us spiritually.
Now, I want to ask you this, Papa. We talked about how important Aunt Jake was. Uncle Bo, your brother, Uncle Bo.
Oh, Uncle Bo was definitely driven by the Spirit of God, because everybody sort of saw him as the dark horse in the family. Well, in retrospect, I can say he probably was one of the strongest brothers that I have, the strongest. And then on second, I guess I'd put your Uncle Red. And I ain't gonna say which one I'm strong, but I'm gonna give my props to Uncle Bo, because they called me what?
What's this?
After Bo, what they call me?
What?
My nickname, man.
Sam?
Yeah,
Sam. Yeah, Sam. Hey, Sam. Yeah, Sam.
Uncle Bo.
All right, Uncle Bo, Aunt Jake, Uncle Bo, outstanding. Uncle Cliff, your brother, Uncle Cliff, man, good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's sort of like John Lewis, but you know, on a different level, you know, than John Lewis, who marched across the bridge in Selma, Alabama.
Uncle James Robert just recently passed away.
Yeah, he's a good guy. You know, you all know he was. He was full of fun. You know, he always had a joke to tell. You know, and he was very instrumental in the cohesiveness of the entire family, including his nephews and nieces.
Uncle Bubba Jean.
Oh, Uncle Bubba. Wild card, I guess, because he went to the military, and he made Germany his home, and it still is to this day.
Now you got ain't understand. Ain't understand.
2 tell you, number 2 in the line of succession from your Aunt Jake. She would have been the next.
The way she took care of us and stepped up,
Next matriarch of our clan, the 8, you know.
Ain't understand. Beautiful soul, though.
Lovely soul, yeah. May she rest in peace, and may God bless her.
Aunt Bertha.
Spirit. Aunt Bertha was a beautiful lady, physically as well as spiritually, you know. Yeah.
And Aunt Dorothy, your girl.
Aunt Dorothy, she's still here.
Still here. New York.
Yeah. Hey, I think she's about, 70?
You'll be 72 this year, so.
Yeah, she's about 73 or 4, you know. She's still hanging in there. She's still
partying and full of life.
Full of life, you know. Go out on the internet, you can hear her in Tia in convertible top. She got the big glasses on. She's loving, you know, she's living. She's reaping the fruits of her labor also.
But you've always told her that out of all your siblings, you love them all equally. But Aunt Dorothy was the one y'all was close in age.
Real close.
She protected you, and y'all was just really your playmate, and the one you grew up with, because your brothers were so much older than you.
Right. Yeah, she was my sister, and she was my companion when we were growing up. we grew up together, and she actually saved me from getting shot once. Ever tell you about that?
No, you didn't tell me
Okay,
about
I'm gonna tell you now.
All right.
Uncle Bo, my man,
Joe Willie.
everybody
Yeah.
that love him. We had a 22 rifle. Daddy had a 22 rifle, and he had a cartridge in it that was unfired, right? That had been snapped on 3 or 4 times and didn't fire. And so he came out on the porch of the house one day, and I was a little kid. I guess I was 7, 8, 9 years old, something like that. And he put the rifle up to my head, right like that, because he knew it wasn't going to fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dot, my girl, came out there and pushed it away. Don't do that. And so Bo didn't. He didn't snap the round on me. Bertha, your Aunt Bertha, was laying across the bed there, and he snapped it on her, and it went off and went through her leg, which it didn't cause much damage, but my dad caused quite a bit of damage.
I bet he did. Now, lastly, before we wrap it up, Pops, and I appreciate your candor, man, sharing to not only to me but to the world, because I think it's extremely important for them to know who you are and how strong you are and how you persevered and been successful. But Joe Holliday, your pops,
he was the pillar. He was the pillar of this whichever you want to call it, this pyramid that goes from my granddad, my great granddad, who's a slave, to my granddad, who probably was a slave, to my dad. Yeah, that's the way it went. It's a pyramid. So putting my great granddad at the top. Apex of it. Yeah. Well, right below.
Yes, sir. I understand. Well, Pops, anything else you want to add before we wrap up this episode, Pops?
Well, I want to say to you, I appreciate this. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come here and talk to you all and to reminisce something about my life, but we haven't scratched the surface yet on the things that I could share with you, about my journey from Mississippi to Memphis to Chicago to the West Coast, where San Diego, where the Marine Corps recruit depot was, to ITR, Advanced Infantry Training, to Morocco, Africa. Well, let's stop in Portugal. So I hit a portion of Europe and to Morocco, and after Morocco, hey man, get it together. After Morocco was
Pops ain't finna let you. Pops ain't finna let you. He ain't finna let you weep up now. I'm good, Pops. Vietnam. I'm getting emotional, man. Go ahead.
And to Hawaii, they brought me out of Vietnam for a minute. Stopped me in Hawaii in case we had to go back. And after that, home, sweet home, Mississippi. I mean, Memphis.
Well, Pops, I appreciate you so much, man. You so now people understand why I'm, ain't no tears and no holiday house, no men, man.
You knocked them out.
You did. You just knocked. I mean, that one that failed. God dang, Pops, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Pops.
Bro.
But
you'll be all right.
But Pops, I thank you so much for joining us, man. I really appreciate you. I love you with everything in me, man. My whole. Thanks.
All right, you got it.
All right. That's it.
What you cooking,